Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey. I want to welcome you to the video cast. You know, the number one reason why people don't trust other people? It's not because they think that they're going to rip them off. It's not because they think that they're going to lie to them. Matter of fact, you know, a lot of people don't really trust even their loved ones and their friends. Why is that? Well, it all comes down to a simple thing, and that is we have learned not to keep our word. And I meant learned not to keep our word. We haven't learned to keep it. We've learned not to keep it. You see, I believe that we have the ability to keep our promises, to keep our words. And we really have to learn or teach ourselves, or others teach us, to be untrustworthy in those areas. Now you might think that, well, I keep my word. If I make a promise that I'm going to do something, I do it. Do you? How about being on time? That is something that many of us have struggled with. We say, I'll meet you at 5 o'clock. 6:15, we show up. How many times has that happened? How many people do you know that your excuse for them is, oh, well, if you want them to meet you at 6, tell them to meet you at 5:30. That way they'll be on time. Well, you know, if we have to play games with people in order to make sure that they're on time, that means we don't trust them. That means that we really don't believe their word. People should be able to rely on you, that if you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, that you will be there at that time. That it's not a case that you will be late or that you will be extremely early. You will be where you say you're going to be at the time you're going to be there. Same thing with keeping your word on the things that you do. If you promise to do something, you got to do it. And I think probably one of the greatest ways of learning this lesson is to make a promise to a kid. Children always seem to remember our promises. If we say we're going to do something, they want to do it right now. And if you say, no, we'll do it later, I promise that we'll do it on Tuesday. That on Tuesday, they will expect you. That promise needs to be kept. And kids, don't let you forget either. Because what is their first thing when you don't do it? But you promised. Yeah, promises matter. Keeping our word matters. You see, there's so many things in life, and if you take some time and look at it, matter of fact, let me give you something to do. Give me a little exercise. Sit down with a paper and pen and write out all of the promises that you make in the course of a day. Everything. Do you say the Pledge of Allegiance at a meeting or something? That's a promise, you know. You know, I deal with scouts, as you all know, that scouting is important to me. You know, scout oath, what is that? It's a promise that you make. When you make an appointment, you're making a promise. You're making a time and a date for doing something. When you said that you're going to get a project done, or you're going to write a paper, or that you have an assignment to do, or that you're going to meet with someone, all of those things are promises. Just sit down and think for a while of all the promises you make during the course of a day. You will be astonished at the list that you come up with. You see, we make promises all the time. Why do we do that? Well, we do it because it's easy. Because it's just a way of moving on to the next thing. Do we intend to keep them? No, probably not, or at least not some of them. And do we intend to let them have some kind of power in our life? No, absolutely not. Making a promise is just something that we do. But you see, you can't treat it that way. Life is not based on what Mary Poppins called pie crust promises. Easily made, easily broken. No, we have to have solid, promises. Our honor is based on this. Keep your word. When you make out that list, also mark next to it how many of those promises you keep and how many mean absolutely nothing to you at all. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Just don't make the meeting. Don't make the promise. Don't set an appointment if you have no intentions of keeping them. But if you do set them, keep them, and keep them as they're meant to be, on time, every time. Make it that people know when you make a promise, you always mean it. And in doing all of that, you can always be your best. You love God, have good manners, discover the unknown, and change your world. Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey again. I want to thank you for spending this time with me during this video cast. Now, there's a couple things I just want to quickly ask you to do. For one, at the bottom of the screen, you're going to find a little button that says subscribe. I ask you to subscribe to these videos so that each time they come out, they come directly to you. You don't have to search for them, and you can keep up to date with each video cast. The second thing is I want you to contact us. Let us know what it is you'd like to hear about. What, in the process of you achieving your goals, what do you feel that you need to know? And we'll see if we can help. You can do that by contacting us at our website, which is www.johnpatrickhickey.com. That's www.johnpatrickhickey.com. And I hope that you join us again for every video cast.